Hi, my name is Jody Decker, and I'm recording this short travel break yoga for the York County Library in South Carolina. So, for today's practice, it's intended for yoga on the go while you're traveling. It can be done in any small area, it can be done in a rest stop using any space you find outdoors. It can even be done in the airport or even the airplane in your seat. So if you have a strap or even a tie or even a belt, that would work well. So we can grab that, set it to the side. And when we travel, we really tend to kind of round forward, which causes a lot of tightness in the anterior deltoids, a lot of tightness throughout the chest. And in today's practice, we're going to work to counteract that by opening up the heart, lengthening through the chest, anterior deltoids, the front of our shoulders, and correcting our posture. So today we will focus on just staying standing and then going to a chair seated. So again, it can be done anywhere, more realistic if you're on the go. So we're going to come into mountain pose. You can leave your shoes on if you're somewhere public, or you can take your shoes off. Find mountain pose. Roll the shoulders up, down, and back, and then reach the fingertips down towards the floor. Let's close our eyes and begin to find our yoga breath. Remember, in yoga, it's ideal to breathe in through your nose and exhale through your nose. So each breath is so deep, our belly expands as it fills with air. And then on our exhale, our belly softens and it moves back in. Let's just work on breathing and centering. We're going to quiet scattered thoughts and restore focus. On our next inhale, begin to sweep the arms all the way up overhead, reaching tall. And exhale, slowly release. Let's do that a few more times. We're moving with our breath, so there's no hurry to get anywhere. Take your time. And let's interlace our fingertips together, reaching palms straight up and then over to the right. If your heels aren't connected, go ahead and bring your heels a little bit closer together. And we're going to open up the side of the body by pressing into that outer edge of your foot. Inhale, come back to center, and let's exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, press the arms out in front, round through the upper back. Drop the chin to the chest. See if you can push the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, baby back bend. Bring the gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the left palm down. And let's begin to flow from side to side. So our inhale will take us tall to the center. Exhale as we move to the other side. Each breath, see if we can create a little more length and a little more side bend. Relax the shoulders. On this next one, let's pause right here, hold, actively reach fingertips down towards the floor, reach up, gaze turns up, breathe into the side opener. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, let's reach up and over to the other side, create length and space. Opposite hand reaches down, gaze comes up, and breathe. Remember, your breath is a powerful tool. Check in with it often. And if you find yourself reverting to more of a shallow chest breath, then we know we're overdoing it and we're pushing a little bit too far. Inhale back to center. Exhale, goalpost the arms. Pull the shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, goalpost. You can turn the gaze up as we go and really focus on squeezing the shoulder blades in. Again, with being seated in a car, driving all day, or maybe even in the airport and then in an airplane, we tend to get really tight in the front side of our body. So just doing a couple of these can be very effective in opening our chest. Last one. And on our next inhale, reach tall, and exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and reach for your strap, your belt, whatever it is that you have. It can even actually be a towel or a t-shirt. We're going to inhale, reach the left palm up with the hand right on top of your shoulder. Drop it behind you, and we're going to walk the fingertips in together. So if you can touch, you may not need this, but if you can't touch, let's continue to walk the fingertips in a little bit closer with each breath. And then actively pull the strap down towards the ground. So that's stretching behind the arm into the triceps. So we're actively pulling down. So feeling this in the back of my arm and the left tricep. Continue with your deep belly breathing. And then begin to pull up on the strap. So notice how that stretch shifts to the opposite arm. So now I'm working into my right rotator cuff, stretching through the shoulder, and I'm pulling up again until I feel just a mild tension. Pause there and breathe. Very good. Exhale, release, and take 2 or 3 big shoulder rolls to the back. On your last one, really think about setting your shoulder blades down and into your back pockets, and then inhale the right palm up, moving into the other side. Bend the elbow, drop it behind you, walk up, and see how close the fingertips can go. Try to meet together in the center. Once we've reached our end point, you can begin to pull down on your strap or your towel, working our way into our triceps, feeling this in the back of the arm. Breathing nice and deep. And if you need to, close your eyes. That can really help filter out the distractions around you. And if you are doing this video at a rest stop or a busy airport, there's a lot of distractions. On our next breath, begin to pull up, working our way into the opposite arm, feeling this in the shoulder, moving into the rotator cuff. Breathing deeply. Good. Exhale, release, and take a couple shoulder rolls to the back. Working our way a little bit deeper into the chest. We're going to walk our hands behind us. We're going to pull down on the strap and then lift up. So now we're working our way into the chest and the front of the shoulders. You can look up, intensifying the stretch. So we can hold right here, or if you'd like to add an inversion, as long as we're not suffering from allergies or sinus issues, we can hinge from the hips, put a little bend in our knees, and then I'm going to rest my rib cage right on top of my thigh. So as the crown of the head comes down, hands continue to rise. There's been several studies on breathing that show improvements not only in our HRV, but also in focus and stress resilience. So one example of a really awesome breath is box breathing. Let's inhale slowly, make our way back upright. And box breathing is very relaxing, calming, de-stressing. So if you are traveling, maybe you're sitting in traffic and you need a quick way to de-stress, simply breathe in for 4 counts. Pause for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. Pause for 4 counts. So it's just imagining a box. 4, 4, 4, 4. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause. So that's a breath that you can keep in your toolbox for on-the-go travel. We're going to flow, little mini flow. So standing with our feet hip distance apart, we're going to inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up into monkey, long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching all the way up, baby back bend. And release hands to heart center. Do that again. So we're going to inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up into monkey, long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time we inhale, reverse swan dive, baby back bend. Have a seat, chair pose, sinking it back, good. And again, inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up into monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching up, slight back bend. Have a seat, chair pose. Maybe going a little deeper into the chair sit. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, swan dive forward. Look up into monkey. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive. Have a seat into chair pose or Utkatasana, and this time pausing right here. So really taking the hips down as low as you can. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, twist. Take the elbow to the outside of the thigh and rest the palms lightly on one another. Breathing into the twist. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist to the other side. And again, breathing into the twist, taking it just to your edge, being very careful not to go past your edge. Exhale, center, and then release, forward fold. Allow your head and neck to become heavy, just dangling from the end of your spine. If it feels okay, maybe reach for the elbows, coming into ragdoll, and then gently rocking side to side. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And release hands to heart center. We're going to get the blood flowing and we're going to work a little bit of balance. So in this moving balance, it's very important that we start with our feet hip distance apart, heels directly under our hips, and that we find a focal point for our gaze. So pick an object a couple feet out in front of you that's not moving. And let's inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes, lift your heels as high as you can, and then exhale with control. Lower back down to a flat foot, bringing our hands to heart center. So inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes, maybe lifting a little bit higher this time through. And exhale, slowly lowering back down. Continue with this. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lowering. Really challenge yourself. Can you go a little bit higher each time? We won't know if we don't try. One more time. If you're up for a bigger balance challenge, reach up as high as you can, lift your heels, and then slowly come down into balancing chair. So the heels will stay lifted as we sit back into chair pose. To make it even more challenging, lift your heels higher, but drop the tailbone lower. Breathing and pausing here. It's a lot of balance. Inhale, slowly make your way back upright and then drop down to your heels with control. Great job. Let's go ahead and have a seat. So for those of you that are in a rest stop, you might just have a picnic table or a picnic bench or even a bench with a back to sit on. If you're in the airport, usually you have chairs that have arms, or you might be in the airplane seat that's going to be a little more narrow, but you also have arms. So we are going to start by extending one leg out in front of us. So side view, I'm here, I'm extending my leg out, pulling the big toe back, and then we're just going to hinge over from the hips. So what we're looking for is a stretch running through the back of the thigh. That's our hamstring. And if you're having trouble feeling it, you could use your strap, your tie, your belt to help pull you forward a little bit deeper into it. The goal is to move to the point where you feel a decent stretch without pain, without discomfort, and where you can also continue to breathe deeply. And as we hold these next few stretches, if you want to experiment with your box breathing, feel free to do that. The more we practice, the more natural that'll start to feel. And we can use that in more situations in our daily life. Inhale your way back upright. Take the same leg across. So I'm just making a figure 4. It's ideal to flex your foot, so that means bring your big toe up towards the knee. I've just got my ankle resting on top of the thigh. We're going to sit up tall. So inhale, think about lengthening through the spine. Exhale, hinge from your hips, moving forward until you really feel the stretch in the hip and outer thigh. Again, just looking for that point of a very mild tension, pausing and breathing here. Inhale our way back upright, relax, and extend your opposite leg out. So moving into the hamstring stretch, hinging from the hips. You decide if it feels better with or without your strap. Either way, we're trying to keep our back flat, leg long, and our foot flexed. Breathe and hold. One more deep breath here. And then on our next inhale, we'll slowly come back upright, taking our opposite leg across. And what you might find is that you have a dominant side for flexibility. We have that for strength, we have that for balance, and that's normal. So if this is your less flexible side, don't push it. Just listen to your body. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, hinge from the hips. When we practice exhale, lengthened breathing, it really triggers parasympathetic dominance. And this is linked to lower anxiety and deeper sleep. Inhale your way back up. So if you can practice really deepening your exhalation, that will be beneficial. Let's begin to open up our legs. Our toes can be angled out. We're going to slowly walk our hands all the way down, coming into a deep forward fold. Our backs tend to get very tight when we travel. So you may just walk down with the support, maybe trying to reach your ankles, or maybe you can reach all the way down out in front and relax the head and neck, dropping the crown of your head towards the ground. This is a great place to practice the lengthened exhale. See if you can get into a deeper state of relaxation. Remember, if it feels good, you're doing it right. Let's take our left palm directly under the nose. Inhale, right fingertips lift to the ceiling. Spinal twist. Breathe into your twist. On our next exhale, release. Right palm comes under the nose. Inhale, left fingertips reach up. Exhale, release. And one more time. Lift the right palm. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, see if you can pull the right shoulder back a hair more, or bring the fingertips around to the front left pocket and see if you can't create a little bit of a bind. One more deep breath in. And using our exhale to slowly unwind. Let's make it even. Inhale, left palm up, maybe pulling the shoulder back a little bit more, or reaching for the front pocket, opposite side, finding the bind. And exhale, slowly release back into your forward fold. And then inhale your way back upright. Bring our feet in a little bit closer together. If you have the type of chair that you can reach under, that's going to give you the best position for this next stretch. If you don't have, if it's wide like mine, maybe you can reach to the front. If not, maybe you can just reach under your thighs. We're going to inhale, lengthen to the spine. Reach the crown of the head up a little bit taller. Exhale, slowly drop ear to the chest. So we're opening up the side of the neck. So by sitting on the hands or holding onto the chair, that's going to help deepen the stretch, making it just a little more intense. Another area where we often carry a lot of tightness and tension on our travel days. Inhale back to center and exhale other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, center. Take palms to the collarbones, gently pulling down as we lift the chin high. We're really stretching through the front side of the neck. Release. And let's inhale, arms all the way up overhead, interlacing fingertips together. Same stretch we did standing, but now we're seated. Reach over to one side, opening up our side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. One more time out in front. Round it through the back. Really press the shoulder blades apart. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, one more baby back bend. Come into extension. Gaze comes to the ceiling. And let's end with one more spinal twist. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, split the arms. And let's take a twist. One arm's on the back of the chair. I'm working on inhale, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, twisting until I'm looking over the shoulder to the back of my chair. Continue that pattern of inhale, lengthening, and exhale, twisting. Let's use our next exhale to slowly unwind. Inhale, arms tall, and exhale, take our twist to the opposite side. Again, inhale, working on lengthening the spine, and exhale, twisting. Think of starting your twist at the base of the spine. That's our lumbar spine. Moving to the mid or thoracic spine until we're working our way up to the cervical spine and looking over the shoulder to the back of our chair. Exhale, slowly release, come center, hands find a comfortable rest on your lap. Palms can be up. And we're going to come into seated Shavasana or final relaxation. If you need to work your way back, so you have back support in your chair, do what you feel comfortable doing. Close your eyes. Begin to deepen your breath. And let's give ourselves this time to let our minds and our bodies simply be, sealing in all the benefits of everything you've just done for your body today. Slowly bringing your awareness back into this space. Begin to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently open your eyes. And let's take one last deep breath in, inhaling arms all the way up overhead, reaching tall. Exhale, release hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.